Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here with another fun video. This is going to be a repressing session, and as you can see here we have quite a few different products out. We have my soft glam palette, which is my panda palette. We have 3 products here, different product pans. These 2 are in my yellow product pan. We have my eyebrow powder, lip reaction and rosewood, and the sleek solstice palette, which I'm trying to finish up a shade in. And then lastly, obviously this is a bronzer right here, and this one is in my deco panning also to finish. So today I wanted to go through and repress these products and Franken as well. So the product that's going to be Franken is my sleek solstice palette. We have that shade right there, which I'm trying to finish, and I just finished up my other Franken that I made, so I'm going to try to make another Franken with a shade to make it easier to use. So that's the one I'm going to Franken, and to do that I'm going to use my soft glam palette, and I'm going to use the shade Fairy to Franken. And I also thought I might repress bronze as well, just because I have a goal to try to finish that one this month anyway, and it will just make it easier to use. So I think that's what I'm going to do with this palette. And then with these 2, I just want to repress them. So this eyeshadow right there I want to repress, as well as this bronzer right here I also want to repress. So that is the goal for today. Before I jump into the repressing, if you're new here, please consider subscribing. I would love to have you in the family. Let's jump into the video. So I'm going to start off with the Franken of the highlighter, and it makes sense to me to start with that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this highlighter right here, and I'm just going to start by kind of scraping off a little bit. Yeah, we'll see how much I use. I'm going to just go ahead, like I said, and scrape off the top layer. We'll see how much I need. It depends after I add the shade Fairy, to see like, yeah, how much I need to have like the right balance. But I'm going to start with a decent amount and we'll take it from there. Okay, so we're going to start with that amount and see how it goes. Next step to do is to take this palette right here, and again we're just going to take the whole of Fairy. So I'm just going to start scraping this out. Yeah, I'm just going to take it all out so we can mix it with the highlighter shade. And my wish is that this kind of goldeny tone will mix with this really purpley tone to make more of a neutral tone. And also, because this one is a little bit deeper, I'm hoping that that's going to make the really stark kind of lavender tone also a little bit deeper and more of like a skin tone for me. So that is pretty much scraped out. Let's see if I can get a tiny bit more. Yes, a little bit more in there. But yeah, that is it now done. So that is that shade Empty. And the next step is just to try to mix these 2 together to get an idea of the color that this will be. And then after that we'll just reassess. Okay, I think that's pretty mixed. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and swatch that out just to see what color it is. Wow, that's a beautiful color. I really like that. I think that is actually good as it is. Just for reference as well, right next to it, I'm going to swatch the original shade on its own. So you can see that's much lighter and way kind of harsher and lavender, and then this is more of a skin tone. So I'm really happy with that Franken, and I don't think I'm going to add anything else actually. I'm really just pleased with how that looks at the moment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add that into that pan so we can press it. Okay, I'm going to start with that amount, add some alcohol, and then put in some more. And there we have that highlighter in the pan. I think I'm going to have to add a little bit more alcohol in there just to make it pressable, so let me do that. Like so. So let's start mixing this all up. And we have something like that, so I'm going to go ahead and press that in the pan. So I'm just using some tissue paper, and I'm going to go ahead and press that down. Something like that. And there we have that pan. Really happy how it's looking. It's not like the flattest, but I think it still will work. And I think that will work really beautifully as a highlighter, better than this shade on its own for sure. It's a little bit alarming how much I have left of that one though. It makes me a little bit hesitant if I can finish this one, but I might use that more as an inner corner highlight and stuff in the meantime, and then maybe I'll make another Franken if I have time to finish this one before the end of the year. But yeah, for now, this shade here is done. And the next thing I'm going to do, because this pan here now is empty, I might actually just clean it out quickly, just because, yeah, I just want to make it clean for the footage. But yeah, that pan is now empty, and what I will do while I still have this palette out is I will go ahead and repress bronze, because again I think it's easier to use. For burnt orange, I'm not going to repress it. I feel like sometimes it changes the matte formula and I can still kind of scrape this out whenever I need it. This one I do use on my nails sometimes when it's hard to get my finger in there right now, which is why I want to repress it, so let me go ahead and do that. And I'm just going to use a lipstick to help press that down, because it can fit into that square kind of space. And there we have bronze repressed, and that means that this palette is done for now. I'm going to set this to the side and let it dry. So the next part to do is this eyeshadow right here. I'm just going to start by crushing this up so we can start repressing it. It feels a bit bittersweet doing this because it has such a big pan on it, and I've been expanding this pan for so long, but I also know that my brush has started scraping towards the sides and I don't want to like damage my eyebrow brush, so it's time to repress it. So yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and kind of crush this up in the pan. Since it's such a big pan, I think I can do it in here without dumping everything out, but we'll see how it goes. If I like get anything like that on the side, I can always just pour it in afterwards. You know what, I'm actually going to pour it out because I think it's going to be easier to crush if it's on the paper, so that's what I'm going to do. And we have something like that, so let's pour it back into the container. So there we have all of it in there. We're going to go ahead and again add some alcohol. I'm just going to pour it because there's a decent amount of powder in here. And let's start mixing. Alright, so that's as even as I can get it, so I think I'm going to go ahead and repress that down now. And we have something like that. It looks completely full again, but it's quite shallow in certain areas, or well, mostly all over. So I'm happy with that, and I think I'm gonna put this one to the side for now. And the last thing on the agenda today is to repress this bronzer. This is a matte product, so it usually maybe acts a little bit different than shimmers do, but I think it's still going to be time to repress this. It's quite full in here, and you can see that's what I was scared of. I was scared it's going to crack around the sides, so I feel like it's better to repress it now when I, you know, before it kind of lose product or anything. So that's what I'm also going to do now. So let me again just crush this up. I might pour it out on the paper again to make it easier. Alright, I think that's pretty much crushed up now. I'm going to pour it back into this container right here. So let me go ahead and do that. And that is that product. I'm going to go ahead and add alcohol. I might actually have to go and get some more because I don't think what's in here is going to be enough. Maybe it is. That's the last that is in my small container, which is just an inglot Gerland container that I'm reusing. Maybe this will be enough. We'll see once I mix it up. Alright, so I'm happy with that. I put it mostly in the center, so I'm gonna go ahead and press. I'm fine with this one not covering the whole pan because I know there's so little product left. So I'm just gonna go ahead and press this in here. Try not to press it too hard. And there we have that bronzer, and that is the final product done. So there we have the finished products. We have made 1 Franken, 2 represses, well, 3 represses against with the bronze in here, and then obviously the shade Fairy here is also gone. So that is it for this video. That is going to be it for this like repressing and refranking kind of session. I'm going to let these dry, and then I'm going to create a new kind of out of this progress video for my different product pans, just so you can keep an eye on still how the progress is going, and this will be my new starting point for the usage. I actually haven't used any of these products. Well, sorry, I have used my bronzer since the last update, but any of these 3 products I have not used since my last update because I filmed those yesterday or today. However, with the L'Oreal Infallible Bronzer, I did use this one quite a lot since my last update, so obviously I will add that in kind of in the next progress, but you'll see that in my deco panning update. But like I said, that's going to be it for today. I hope you guys are having an amazing day wherever you are, and I will catch you in my next one. Bye guys!